Hello awesome fans, this is Big Pete here.
And Tropic here.
Alright, this video we have a very interesting topic to debate or talk about. It's regarding about bootleg, imitations, knockoff, third party. Alright, why we come to do this video is because of the recent fiasco.
Dragon Momoko fiasco, right? There was
Yes.
a lot of people that got shocked about Dragon Momoko shutting down, opening back again and shutting down again. And then there was a lot of conversations on our YouTube channel as well. There was
Yes.
a lot of people talking about what is bootleg and what is third party.
Knockoffs,
Yes.
and imitation stuff.
Yeah, there were a lot of people defending Dragon Momoko, what is a third party or bootleg, and there were some who was also defending Bandai as well. So we're here to look at both sides of the argument and our opinion on this matter as well.
Yeah, it also varies from different kind of toys. Yeah.
Yes.
Not all are good. I would say those who collect Gundams and Legos and action figures all have different point of view with the bootlegs issue.
Yes.
Right. Let's start off with for me, knockoffs. I would say when people say knockoffs, it's like all those cheap copycats of the expensive like handbags and stuff like that. Bootleg, as in, I think it's almost the same. Yeah. It's
If you ask me, bootleg, knockoff, dude, they are the same thing, right? You're still
Fakes.
copying something off the original and making it your own version and trying to sell it off and profit off the original brand itself.
When it comes to next one is about third party.
Yes.
Right? Some has debated that because the original doesn't have it, so they came out with their own, so that's considered third party.
Just like the Transformers, where there are a lot of models that Hasbro or even Takara Tomy they don't actually produce. There are some companies that comes out and actually produce those.
Yeah, like I
product in
said,
question.
different toys have different so-called production of so-called third party. So, like I said, the Transformers were a bit more obvious where they do not have a lot of all those models that been produced.
Because of licensing issues. Yeah.
So I guess the fans or those who did the customization, but it is still, I would say, illegal because you don't pay the license.
Yes, that's correct. So let's talk about what kind of toys actually that has a knockoff today, right? And when we actually go through the list when we're doing this video, I was actually quite surprised that there's so many toy brands that actually has a copycat in the market.
Yeah.
Lego is the most obvious one, right? As you can see here from this video, there are actually a lot of shops in Malaysia or even online you can get fake Lego products by a lot of different names, Lapin, Bella, and all those different brand names that keep popping up one another, right?
It's never ending because the companies keep on changing their names.
Yeah, and of course for Gundam we have Dragon Momoko, we have Daban and TT Hongli, and of course Dragon Momoko, whether they'll still be around, it's a different matter altogether. Then also for action figures.
Yeah, for the I think Bandai SH figures has some of the pirate so-called bootleg stuff. The Banpresto is also quite obvious, where we have seen Banpresto bootlegs being sold at the original price.
Yeah, there were some who were sold at original price and some even sold at just a little bit cheaper than the original. So if you are not a collector, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference between a fake and original by the packaging itself.
Then we go into American brand, Mezco. Yes. Recently, we found out that their 112 has bootlegs.
Yeah, that was actually a big surprise to us as well. And of course, even Beast Kingdom for the air attacks as well, they also have knockoffs coming out into the market. We were quite surprised as well. Yeah, and of course, lastly, I don't think this is last on the list, but of course, the Transformers series.
Transformers series, I think it's widely debatable.
Yeah.
We have bootlegs, we have third party and stuff like that. There's another one called, it has been around for some time, is the Good Smile Company.
Ah, yes, also the Good Smile Company as well.
And
the
they
Nandroid
produce
series.
a lot of Nandroids. A lot of collectors like those figures, the cute figures. Unfortunately, they have a lot of imitations as well.
Yes. Now, obviously, there are two sides to every argument, and there are a lot of arguments towards why everybody should buy original. There are also a lot of arguments from the fans on why they support the bootleg or third party or knockoff as well, right? Big Pete, what do you think? What are the good and bad of this industry?
The only good reasons I thought of for people to buy the bootlegs are because they're cheap and affordable, so you can actually collect more from there.
Yeah, obviously when you say cheap, one thing that comes to mind is the Lego minifigures, right? There are so many cheap bootleg Lego minifigures in the market now that it's not even funny anymore. But of course, the bad thing is the quality, I suppose, right?
Yeah.
Nobody can say that the fake or bootleg toys quality or the paint is safe for children.
But there are a few points about the bad thing about so-called the fake toys. One is it hardly has any resale value because in the first place it's already cheap and no one wants to buy it. There is no price increase for an item which is fake.
Yes, that is very true.
The other one was the least. I would say this is the least so-called point where people to figure out that there are actually lead poisoning.
Yeah,
we have actually seen news about the paint jobs on those fake products that will actually, when your kids put these things in their mouth, the paint actually it will chip off and come out, and those paints actually contains lead in there, so you get actually lead poisoning. I would say Malaysia are less health conscious about this area.
But what about those collectors who are not buying toys for their kids but for themselves, right? They'll say, yeah, I don't care about lead poisoning and whatnot. What do you think about that?
Well, you never know how the affect
the air around
your
you,
health, the air and things like that.
That's true.
Well, better not risk it.
Yeah. So the other bad thing about the bootlegs and the third party, of course, is if you look at the packaging, right? Some collectors, such as myself and I'm sure Big Pete as well, when we collect, the packaging itself is also part of the collection, right?
Yeah, even though they copy the original, but you still see that the materials that for the printing, the color, the paper are still considered quite cheap quality or low quality itself.
That is true. So why is original toys so expensive, right? We've seen a lot of people commenting that, look, hey, original toys are so bloody expensive, why should I pay so much when the knockoff is so much cheaper? Well, I mean, obviously the knockoff, they don't pay for R&D, right? The amount of time that goes into not just R&D for producing the toy, but there's also the designers who design the packaging, right? The marketing behind it.
Yeah, I am actually an industrial designer. So for me, design, IP, those are the things that you make money out of it. You are the designer. When you design something, you hope that this product will sell, and when it sells with your IP rights, you get commission with all these things. So people spend a lot of time in research and development about how the structure, how do you actually design the structure, the joint parts, the movements, the LED.
There's a lot of trial error in there as well.
So many things that actually you need to do before you can actually roll out the product.
And even when you have the design ready, when it goes into manufacturing, there's also a lot of revision.
Yes, manufacturing changes, testing. Producing molds are actually not cheap.
That is true. And of course, I mean, the other part that a lot of people don't look at is, of course, let's say, for example, Lego, right? When they produce their toys, especially those that goes back to, let's say, DC, Justice League, and Marvel superheroes, there's also the licensing costs that they pay for as well, right?
Yeah, there's argument or debate about Lego where they use so-called recycled parts that are already there. Why should I give more or pay more for parts that is not specially designed? So like I said, it's very debatable between different products itself.
That's true. But for even coming back to the licensing product issue as well, right? For example, we touched on Lego. Then if you look at Bandai, when they produce Gunpla as well, right? A lot of people don't know that in addition to R&D, in addition to the packaging, design, marketing costs as well, there's also the licensing cost that Bandai pays to Sunrise, which owns the IP right for the anime franchise as well, right? So Sunrise actually depends on the licensing revenue from Bandai in order to fund new anime series year after year that you enjoy.
Yeah, some say these are big corporate companies that they make a lot of money from us. Well, I would say if they don't produce this, we don't even have anything at all.
That is definitely true. So even if, let's say, for example, brands like NECA and Masco, when they produce things such as from the DC universe, from Flash to Batman. There's licensing costs there as well that needs to be paid. In addition to
apart from the impact of the artist or designer would lose their job, they don't have anyone to design all these things anymore. The thing, there's another impact that actually the industry for the original brands, if let's just say Malaysia has flooded with all these bootleg brands and stuff like that, do you think actually Bandai, Mattel, Hasbro will want to invest their company in Malaysia? Because if they don't sell anything here, I don't think they want to come into so-called set up the company here or even do events here.
Yeah, that's true. If you look at it, Malaysia being almost center or heart of Asia, we hardly get any big toy fairs, toy events, right? Like the scale in Singapore and Philippines and even in Thailand.
Yeah, where original brands,
where they have big brands like Hot Toys and Bandai,
yeah,
One Presto, all coming in to exhibit because there's a market for their products there. People don't just buy the knockoff; they also buy a lot of original products as well. Yeah. So I mean, at the end of it, we're not here to force you or become a moral police and say everybody should buy original toys, right? I think that decision is yours and yours alone. But at least you need to know the consequence of your purchase of buying a bootleg or third-party product.
Yeah, because I would say some of it is because of your own happiness. You create a cost that has an effect.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that everybody is a angel. Everybody is a pure angel that never ever buys bootleg. I'm sure there are some of you who are sometimes curious and say, yeah, I would like to maybe try one bootleg.
Even I have bought these bootleg Legos at one point of time where I have bought quite a lot, until where I realized that actually it's not proud for me to display it out. As have friends, when you have friends coming in visiting you want to share about these products.
That is true. I mean, if you
I'm not proud of that.
there's also the impact of bootleg and third-party toys to the secondary market, I would say, right? I mean, it is so difficult for anybody today. If let's say you want to buy a One Presto or a Gunpla, for those who are not really familiar with the products, they may not know whether they're buying into a bootleg or an original.
Yeah. So if
unlike Lego, when you can see the Lego brand on the product itself, right?
Some are very blatantly, they will print the original brand, so you couldn't differentiate if you are not a true collector.
Yeah, that's true. So I'm sure you have seen some of our older video comparison where we did a original versus the bootlegs. We did one on Ultraman, we did one on Dragonball, and to be very frank, so far I've not been very impressed.
Yeah, the sculpts are lousy.
The joints are pretty bad as well. And I know there are a lot of you here who are big fans of fake Gunplas, right? It may look nice on the internet, but from our own conversations with some of the people who actually bought, especially those Dragon Momoko products, they will say that the snap fitting is actually almost like a nightmare, and the plastic quality is not as what you get with Bandai.
Alright, that's all from us.
Yeah. So we are more than happy to hear your views on this. Like we said, this is just our weekend show to talk about this topic because it's been burning on our minds for a while now.
Right, leave some comments and tell us what you think about what is all this about.
Have you bought any fake toys in your life before? If you have, let us know the experience and weigh on this issue. Thank you for watching.
Right, Big P signing off.
And Copy signing off. Bye bye.